$3 million worth of cars, man. Yo, I'm not gonna like react to the whole thing because I don't, you know what I'm saying? But I am gonna skim through it. I kind of want to see like $3 million worth of cars. You know how crazy that is?
And the time has finally not arrived because I have cars in many different countries, but I will show you at least pretty much everything we have here in Dubai.
Where are we going?
We're going car shopping. Buying cars for sure. Looking at another car. We are off to do a bit of car shopping.
We're checking a car today. What the? No, shut up. What?
So we can take this?
Mercedes, Porsche, G-Wagon, Lamborghini. Oh my gosh, bro. I don't get how people get mad watching stuff like this, bro. Like, this is like literally the best. This has got to be some of the best stuff I've ever seen. It is possible, yo. Oh my gosh, bro. These are luxurious cars, man. Oh my gosh, bro.
Viewers around Iman's collection, it's certainly something very, very special. Wow, this is some collection here. As we can see, there's a lot of greys. The specifications on some of these cars are absolutely unreal. Can we start off with the G-Wagon? I believe this is a citrine matte brown.
Yo, no meat riding. His accent is sick, yo. His accent is sick. In my opinion, these two in the back, these might be my favorites right here. Old fashioned cars to me with the big wheels, those always looked fire to me. I don't know why. But to me.
I think you know the specs.
Yeah. So it's this is it. I mean, I searched it up earlier because I've not really seen any G-Wagons in this specification, and it really caught my eye. I think it's very Mr. Gadzhi, and it's a 2025 G-Wagon, so it's not the old one, and it's in this beautiful matte brown. What was the inspiration behind this?
We had this exact same one the year before.
2025. Oh my gosh, bro. Jeez Louise. Matt Brown. 2025 G-Wagon. Bro, I want to watch this whole thing, bro. But, like, I don't want, like... Is that, like, a copyright thing?
And it was a gray. And, I don't know. Just wanted to mix it up.
I mean, this thing is dripping with spec, though.
Yeah.
How much did you spend on spec on this bad boy? Because it's got every... I've never really seen the monoblock Mercedes wheels on the G-Wagon. That's sick. Because I think the bad thing about the new G-Wagon was I thought that they, instead of making it more aggressive and more chunkier, they went the other way. So by seeing these on the new one, that's the first time I've seen those wheels. One thing I must say though, that I think that you can add to this car is to have spacers. So the wheel then sits closer towards the arch. It's a bit more flush from the back. It looks a little bit more chunkier.
Yeah, a little more aggressive.
Yeah, a little bit. But no, this was actually for me in the collection.
What do they call it? BBL?
Yeah, exactly, the BBL.
Yeah, the BBL.
We've also got your baby here. I believe this is one of your first cars, the Range Rover.
Yeah, it does everything, bro. I've always heard issues about the old Range Rovers and breaking down the side.
2023. This man said, this man literally said, everything new. Literally. He wants everything new.
I think we just got lucky. Honestly, I mean, there was that one time in the floods.
You're going to talk about floods and then also my situation.
Yo, them windows. Is this tent even legal? Yo, this is insanity, bro.
Oh, you getting stuck in the desert?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's because you're an idiot.
I thought you were drowning in the puddles because you're 4 foot.
He went and did like a nice little date in the desert. And I specifically told him before he went, I was like, just be careful, like don't get stuck in the sand. Fucking on the phone 3 hours later, he got stuck in the sand.
But why short wheelbase? Do you not find that do you like a lot of legroom? Do you get driven in this or do you drive it yourself?
Both. That's actually why. So the thing is, I mean, listen, with this goes forwards. So I mean, whatever, if we're going to a gym or something, sometimes we get driven in this. I mean, for me, it's more than enough space.
You've got one in London as well, no?
But actually, I got rid of that one. That one was from my mom. She drove it once in 9 months. And I was like, you know what, fuck that. I'll just sell this and get her a different car. That's actually one thing I wanted to talk about, and I don't know your opinion on it. Your experience with the car is very situational on what city. And I know that sounds obvious, but like, for example,
100%. Range
Rovers, I hate in London. I actually find they're too big, whereas a G-Wagon, I love in London. Even though it's still big, I just know all my dimensions, so I feel fine even in tight roads. I mean, a lot of these cars here, I would never have in Europe.
Completely agree with you. Like, for example, some of the experiences that I've had with the Lamborghini Papamonte Urus in the UK is not the same experience that I have with it here in Dubai, because we think about potholes, bumps in the road and all that sort of stuff, and the stiff suspension is horrible. But here in Dubai, it's a completely different experience. So I know where you're coming from. Like, for example, the Starato, you wouldn't be whipping that around in Europe, right? Or
No,
UK.
but you see, that's actually the opposite. You see, the Serato here, I feel like the roads here are too good for it. So I don't get the benefit out of the Serato, because I would love to have the Serato in Europe where it's like, you're putting it through what it's for. But here, when the roads are perfectly made up, I'm like, I mean, there was that one time, we'll throw the clip in. Remember, once again, with the floods, all the streets were flooded. I was driving the Serato.
This is the top of the line of all Range Rovers. You've got the...
I have never seen a flood look like nice. Does that make sense? I have never seen a flood like this. It's a flood, all right, but it doesn't look bad. Like, this doesn't look like water damage everywhere.
This is the top of the line of all Range Rovers. You've got the SE, the HSE, you've got the Autobiography, and then the daddy is the SV, which is this one.
Which I used to think was like because you know they made the SVRs. I thought it was like the race, whatever. SV just means special vehicle. So what you get for the SV, which I think is about $50,000 extra, you get this.
Is it gun holder?
No, you have cushions that I don't know where the cushions are.
Fantastic.
And that's it. You get the least comfortable bench on earth, and that's what you pay 50 grand for.
And you get a backrest for 50k. Imagine pulling up to the mountains somewhere, having a little picnic
Nah,
at
bro.
the back of this.
Listen, I'm kidding.
You're not doing that.
It's the fucking biggest scam on earth. If you're watching this, that's what I'm saying. I think this is why people will appreciate this video, because I just keep it so real of like what's worth it,
there's
what's
a lot of
not.
people that regurgitate, and they're influenced heavily by, automotive journalists in cars. Is that you show me a completely different perspective of cars, and sometimes I feel like you're offending me, but then it makes sense as well. Because normally, when I want to learn about a car before I've got hands on it, I'll go on YouTube and I'll watch a Top Gear review,
I'll watch those.
You can't trust them because you don't know who's getting paid to say what. You know?
Yeah. Also, they want to keep getting out. Like when new models come out, they want to get early access to it. And then also the other thing is like, if you gave me some of these cars in London for one day, I'd have a great time. But living with it is a totally different story. And also, it's very different when you get given a car to drive versus when you spend your hard-earned money.
What I love about the 992 GT3 as opposed to the GT3 RS, sometimes, less is a bit more. And that is the perfect example when you come to a track.
This is less? Wow. Maybe I need to do my homework on cars. Maybe he's talking about the size of the car, but if this is less, boy, I need to be doing more. I mean, I needed to be doing more regardless, but you feel what I'm saying?
Focus 992. This GT3, it's not got vents on the side of it. It hasn't got a spoiler so big that you can't see out the back and vents. And I feel that this, Iman, is the perfect balance of a gentleman's street racer. It's a beautiful spec as well.
And that's what I'm thinking. Once again, also comes down to location. Like in UK, I'll be honest, personally, I would never have a GT3, rough suspension.
Yeah.
So once again, European roads, you don't want a car like this.
But the beautiful characteristics about this car, one of my favorite things is the fact it revs so high.
It screams, bro. It
just goes screaming all the way. I feel cars in this day and age are losing the feeling of what a driver's car is meant to be. There's a lot of electronic assistance. Sometimes you want to feel a bit of vibration in the steering wheel. You want to feel that aggression. You want to feel the DNA of what this brand always set out to go and do, and that was to create racing machines for the road. And I think this is as close as you're going to get to the perfect driver's car on road.
And what's interesting? Before I got into cars or buying cars, I was actually a Porsche hater. I wasn't a hater, but I was like, because these are expensive these days. Like they're creeping up in this is like supercar territory.
Yes.
So they're expensive cars, but I can tell you honestly, there's no car on earth that I love more than a Porsche.
Very rewarding.
And it's the car that gives me the most confidence.
Do you not also feel that the respect factor that you get from driving a Porsche compared to a Lamborghini, for example, is worlds apart? You pull up in a Lamborghini.
True. You pull up in a Lamborghini, people are going to think obviously you have money because you can afford a Lamborghini, but you pull up in a Lamborghini, there's gonna be um people are gonna think you're a certain way, which isn't a problem because who cares what they think? You have a Lamborghini. It doesn't matter what they think. Let's just keep it a buck. But if you pull up in a Porsche or a Porsche, it's very it's very classy. You know what I'm saying? Very very modest. You feel what I'm saying? You pull up in a Porsche, people gonna think, wow, the Porsche is a very classy car. It just looks amazing. I mean, the driving aside, it looks like, you know what I'm saying?
It's very new money. It's very, you know, slap in your face, loud and brash. Whereas the Porsche is a sophisticated car.
Let me put it this way. There's, I say it to Alex all the time, there's classless cars. So what I mean by that is a Range Rover is a classless car. You don't know if the person buying it can just barely afford a Range Rover or they're a multi-billionaire. It tells you nothing about the person. Same thing with a Porsche. It tells people nothing about you, which I like. I like these sort of classless cars.
I completely agree. Have you tracked this car?
I did.
I think the Porsche experience did.
Yeah,
reminds me of. So that's interesting. Not many people have driven their 911s on track, and that's how you know Iman is a true, you know, I'm going to call you an enthusiast now with a collection this fine. What was this car like performing on track?
You can just put this car through anything. High RPMs, like this thing wants to push to 9,000 RPMs and the scream and like, it's a different kind of sound and I like that sound. Like I love that scream at high RPMs.
That touring GT type of sound, you know?
Lamborghini 2025. Jeez Louise, 610 horse. 0 to 100 in 3.4 seconds. Goodness gracious, bro. Oh my gosh, bro. You know when you see something and then you just start getting motivational? Like, oh my gosh, bro. I'm from the suburbs, but I gotta get out of the suburbs, bro. I gotta get to the superbs burbs, bro. I gotta get to the freaking yo. This is a oh my gosh. This is a beautiful car, bro. This is a beautiful car, bro. Like yo. Oh my gosh, bro. Huracan, bro.
Right, Iman, this is what surprises me about you because I don't think I have anyone in my phone book other than yourself that has a Lamborghini Huracan Starato. Tell me, how did this purchase come about, sir? Because this is $350,000 of off-roading Italian madness.
I think for me, a big part of driving and owning cars is smiles per miles. And in terms of smiles per miles, this puts a lot of fucking smiles on your face. And it's, you know, it's just so ridiculous. Like, as you said, the tires, you know, the amount of ground clearance
Like
we
these
have.
bolts, you know, when would you ever, so this is something you would see on a Land Rover Defender or like a Jeep Wrangler or something. And then you've got
Roof rack.
yeah, perfect for your Courchevel ski trips.
Exactly.
Why don't you fly this one out? Next year you're going to have to fly it out for your next ski trip.
I think so. The roof scoop. One thing that's very fascinating about this is so loud. I've never heard a car, in terms of stock, I've never heard a louder stock car.
Well, who got 6 black points? Who got 6 black points for being too loud in your Starato in downtown? I didn't know how loud this car was. I ended up getting fined 6 points, and a ticket came through and it said that your car's too loud. I was like, hey man, take your car back, G. This is getting me into trouble. It is. It's a screamer. I love this interior. It's my favorite. I've never seen that car.
This man got suede interior, bro. Like it's a shoe or something. Yo! That green is fire, son.
Screamer. I love this interior. It's my favorite. I've never seen that kind of khaki green with the orange. I've never seen one advertised. I've never seen a color interior like this on a Lambo. Again, it's not just about buying it for the sake of it and saying, "I'll go." It's about buying the right one and building the collection. Just check this out. This is a complete bombastic, ballistic, off-roading piece of weapon. Just hear this.
Bro, he even got wheel, bro. Do you see this, bro?
So the cars are there to be driven, you know?
Maybach.
All right, so here we have.
Oh my God, tell me about this one because I actually don't know much about this Maybach. I know, it's a V12.
This is a Night Series Maybach, fully loaded, like every single thing you could ever imagine. Long wheelbase. I think it's the chauffeur package, the blah blah blah. Night Series wheels.
Never seen wheels like that in my life.
This is, at least at the time I bought it. I don't know if they've now released or whatever, made more units of it. By the time it was one of 5. One of one with this outside two-tone paint. It's kind of like a brownish rose gold. It's kind of hard to see in this light. And then black interior. So they made only 2 with this exterior and then 1.
I was never a car guy before. I was always more of a home guy. Like, I like looking at people's homes. But seeing this, bro, like, oh my gosh, like, bro. Maybe I just wasn't looking at the right cars. Because, bro, honestly, I don't know how bro gets any work done. If I was in this place, I might just sit in the garage all day. I might dead just sit in the garage on the aux all day. I'm not even trolling. Oh my gosh, bro. I know he said 3 million in cars, but bro, this is actually insane work. Talk about a reason to get out of bed, bro.
A white interior, but yeah.
Most of your videos that I see, when you do in-car videos, you normally like to do it in the back of the Maybach.
Yeah, it looks nice with the lights and everything.
I feel like the Maybach compared to the Rolls-Royce, which we'll move on to shortly, but this feels like a first-class Virgin Galactic flight when you're in it.
Yeah,
with a lot of the LED lights, the mixture of materials, such as the polished metals, the black piano wood, mixed in with the the wood with the white joint in it. What's more comfortable to be in, this or the Rolls?
Okay, so once again, this is where I'm a great person to ask for these things. This is, and by the way, I want to make it clear, love you Mercedes. If I had to pick 2 cars for the rest of my life, it would be a G-Wagon and a 911. Maybach is the most overpriced, the most overly, I don't know why people like them. Just get a Mercedes S-Class, fully loaded, with 4,000 miles, and you're gonna spend, I don't know what, like 40% the price? It's just a Mercedes.
Yes, I completely agree.
And I get it, it's a Mercedes Maybach, but like, for me, what difference is there? Like, you still get most.
But so then what made you buy it then?
The spec. No, the spec. Because in my humble opinion, this is the nicest.
If you jump in on this side, I'll get in on this side. I want to see what
in my humble opinion, this is the nicest Maybach I've ever seen in my life.
And what is the price of this bad boy?
We paid 1.4 million dirhams. So
$330,000.
400?
$400,000.
400-ish.
How many kilometers has this car done? 18,000. 18,000 kilometers in how long? How many years?
1 year.
What? Okay, so you have used this car quite a bit.
I'm not really ever in this car. So this is like the chauffeur car for people.
But okay. I get it. So guests are getting picked up in the 105 Maybach.
Yeah, that and the Phantom.
Gadzhi lifestyle. If there's not many people that are fortunate enough to be in your position, you're young, you've done it all, along the way there's, you've got your mentors, you've got people that, you've looked up to, but, you can't teach that. You can't teach generosity. It's in your heart, it's within you, or it's not within you, and, the fact that, you put those smiles on your friends' faces and, you get to treat them to such experiences. This is the reason why you are where you are today. And I truly believe it's, sharing the rewards that God has blessed you with. It's that energy that you kind of pick up along the way, and you don't know what you could do for somebody in that space.
I think sometimes people look at my life and think, oh, it does actually kind of frustrate me sometimes, because sometimes people be like, oh, but has nice things, so he's materialistic. It's like, no, maybe I have nice things because I want people around me to enjoy it and experience.
People who don't have a lot still want nice things. Even people who don't have the nicest things still try to get the best that they can get. Honestly, I don't think he should care. He's living it up with his people, and I think that's all that matters. I'm gonna keep it a buck. That argument doesn't make sense to me.
And also, like, if you've gotten to a certain point in life and you're responsible and with your investments and XYZ, like, and you can enjoy something, why not?
Would you say these cars are like your trophies? Does each car represent a milestone in your life, or is it just like whenever I wake up on the wrong side of the bed?
Give less of a fuck. They all fit into a specific reason or a specific purpose. But yeah, that's why, like, once again, you can kind of tell when a car means a lot to someone because of like how they baby it. I just don't baby any of my cars because for me, it's just these are things that are meant to be enjoyed by other people. And also, there's things in my life that to me I really value that someone else has, but to them it's so normal in their life that for them they don't appreciate it. So vice versa. Yeah, long story short, my recommendation to everyone, if you do want a car, this is, by the way, a great car for having a driver, having a chauffeur, I'll be honest, is a very big blessing in life. For me, actually, the main thing is airport pickups with friends, business associates, business meetings. Like, it's a nice thing, especially in UAE. It's very nice.
Well, Iman's going to downplay it. I personally think this is a very, very...
Picking up your friends in a Maybach is an insane flex. By the way, there's nothing wrong with flexing, in my opinion, unless you're flexing stupid things. But in my opinion, if you're not flexing something bad, I don't see a bad thing in it. This is a flex. Picking up your people after their flights in a Maybach. If he wanted to, he could pick them up in a Lamborghini. If he wanted to, he could pick them up in a Porsche.
A special Maybach, and to
That's a flex. That's a W. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
him, this is his chauffeur car for his friends and whatever, but this is many people's dream cars.
Yo,
Here's what it is.
what is this car in the back, bro? What is that? I can't see. I would like to know.
I'm a no bullshit kind of guy, so I will always be honest when something is expensive and magical, and I'll be honest when something's expensive, but it's just, in my opinion, not what people think it is. So if you want an example of something that's expensive and magical, yeah, okay, here was where I'll slap my balls on the table and say, this is the big fucking daddy car. Yeah. I'll be honest, this is the car every time I get in, one of the few cars every time I get in, I'm like, okay, you know what? To me, this was making it.
Shout out to old Jews and old rules. New blacks with new stacks. I already been the king. With you act, I'm just bringing it back like Jordan Patch.
I first saw the spec of this car on your video to Oman, which Alex filmed, and those shots, they were just incredible. And then I was like, Series 2 Phantom 8, Mr. Gadzhi knows his shit. This car is daddy, bro. This is the pinnacle of luxury for me, and with this specification as well. Sit in the back of that. This one suits you, Mr. Gadzhi.
Listen, for me,
Look at that.
For me, growing up, like, it was just always being chauffeured. And when it comes to being chauffeured, the Phantom is, you know, when you see a Phantom, you know someone's not driving it. Yeah. So to me, it's a different level of respect.
Again, specification, you've got the black grills instead of the polished grills inside. What's your fascination with dark tones and moody tones?
They look better. They just look professional, I think. I think that's what he's gonna say. I wouldn't know, of course. I would not know. Not yet. Make sure you like
Very like...
It just sets the tone, doesn't
it? It's just,
nice.
Now this, I think this is a timeless car. This is something that you buy and, you know, it can run you 7, 8, 9, 10 years. You know, it's a staple for any billionaire, multi-millionaire out there. This is a great tool to have for dinners, for long drives, meetings.
You know what the issue is this is the second car you ever bought, so everything afterwards
Yeah,
is like...
this was actually the second car I ever bought in my life.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
For me, I'll be honest, like, you know, when I say the Maybach, the Maybach was 400-ish thousand. This is about double. Once again, bought brand new, which I don't recommend for anyone. It was just the exact spec I wanted. I knew I was gonna get railed on it. Whatever, it is what it is. But this is about almost twice the price of that. But this is something that's expensive and, in my opinion, worth it.
Exactly.
It's just...
You never feel bad in buying a Rolls-Royce. And that's when you go to the factory, you're going to see as well how much effort goes into building, you know, the Phantom, the amount of wiring, the materials that are used, the craftsmanship. And when you come out of there, the factory, you seem to feel to yourself, actually, Rolls-Royce is value for money because of the amount of craftsmanship that goes into it. But what we've established is that the Maybach is for the friends to be driven around in, and the Phantom is for you to be driven around.
No, my friends
can have this one as well. Can't wait for our next dinner date.
Combination. All right.
Okay, now this is a very...
Yeah, this is a beautiful car too, I can't lie. I mean, they're all nice cars, but yeah, this is a beautiful car, bro.
Interesting one. This is a Ferrari 812 GTS. It's got a V12 engine in it, and this is the first car that was not designed by Pininfarina. Pininfarina is a external design house in Italy that designed all the Ferraris leading up to the LaFerrari. The LaFerrari was the first car that was designed by Ferrari's in-house design team, and this is also a creation from the Italian powerhouse as well. And first things first, the spec phenomenal. V12 convertible. The only other Ferrari that matches this is a LaFerrari Aperta. This is a convertible V12. SP3 Monzo convertible, which is also a V12. The 812 Competizione convertible, the GTS, and then there's this. And I have been wanting to buy this car for quite some time, but my dad is very scared of me at the wheel of this because it's a rear wheel drive, 700 or so horsepower, absolute ballistic machine. Tell me about it. I love this.
This is, in my...
Wow. Holy. Holy. Wow. Bro, I know he was just speaking from the mind, but bro, like, oh my gosh, bro. Oh my gosh, bro.
opinion, just a very disappointing car. This is just a very disappointing car.
What?
Now I will say also the other thing is preference where you are in the world. This is a GT car. It's meant to be smooth and do long distances and long miles through it. I guess this is what I'm saying, like a car for one person.
You didn't test drive the car before you bought it?
I've driven one before. I've driven not a GTS, a 812. A couple of my friends.
He got this.
So Iman buys...
And the other one, same day. Ask him why he got this as well.
Because it was in grey. Why did you get it?
He doesn't have a convertible.
I don't have a convertible.
You don't have a convertible? You don't have a convertible? Legit, you don't have a convertible, so you just bought a car that you were not happy with, and you just... Why?
Because it's a hard top. There's not that many.
Yes, like you mentioned about the Targa as well.
So for example, the car next to this comes with a convertible, but then you don't get the roof scoop. So I'm very particular about specific things. Anyways, long story short, I would love to love Ferrari because I always viewed myself as a Ferrari kind of person. They just keep consistently like making terrible products.
I have a feeling as to why I feel as if you're not so happy about this car and it was a bit underwhelming. Did you feel that in the drive it was just a bit too
soft.
floaty? It's floaty,
it's very floaty, soft, which once again makes a lot of sense if you use this as a GT car.
Well, you jump in the driver's seat, just show me around the specs inside of this. This is barely done any miles.
Yeah.
Look, it's pretty much brand new. It's got the carbon pack inside, which is a big option. The Bordeaux red leather interiors. Oh my God. That in itself is just an expensive instrument. It suits you, this one though.
Yeah?
Yeah, this one suits you. So I think if I was to roll out with you and you said which car would you pick out the collection to go out in, I'm going to pick the 812. Really? Yeah, because of the sound, bro. And it's a convertible.
It doesn't sound that good.
Guys, comment below if you think that we should go put a Novitec exhaust system on it. So a good point that Iman pointed out on the 812 is that I said, you know, the car sounds phenomenal, and he's right. It takes a lot for you to get that sound out of the car. You need to hit around 4,500 RPM. So in city driving or whatever, you very rarely hear that.
It's very tough to make it sound loud because, as you said, it doesn't want to rev up to 7,000-8,000. And the thing is, if it does, now it starts to get, bro. Sometimes I'm driving and I'm like, fuck, this thing's like dangerous.
Yeah, beautiful car, and I think, you know what, well done on your first convertible. You haven't done bad for a Ferrari 812.
Thank you, sir. So as much as I don't like it, I will keep it because I want to have one Ferrari and a convertible.
Yeah. All right, G, talk to me about this. Freaking hell. This is a wild car. I think I would pick a 7.6.
Fucking A, mate. Jeez Louise. Oh my gosh, bro. Alright, bro. I feel like I'm like I feel like I shouldn't be reacting to this, bro. Like, oh my god. Now these are the ones I'm trying to see, bro.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we always save the best till last. Mr. Gadzhi, tell me what in the Mr. Bean is going on here?
Well, picked this one up initially and then saw this at the same time, and I've never driven that one, actually.
You know what's interesting is in Dubai, you can't register a right-hand drive car. But I was told today, because it's
a vintage.
It's a vintage, it's a classic. Yeah. So you have one of the very few cars, a handful of cars in the UAE that are right-hand drive, UAE registered cars. And look at that. Look
Porsche.
at that. The interiors are very fresh on them, though.
Yeah, I got them redone. I need to rejig the height.
Let me see if we both can fit in this one. Oh my days. This is a vibe. Have you taken this out?
Hey, just roll down the windows there.
Oh, manual team.
Bro, I take this out all the time.
That is surprisingly soft. Look how soft that is.
Bro, we have a bad boy sound system in here as well.
Yeah.
Speakers, back JBL speakers. Bro, we take this out. If I ever have a meeting on the Palm, I go in this, and then Johnson trails me in the Range Rover in case I break down. So yeah, bro. And once again, talking about smiles per miles, bro, you don't beat this.
Leather dash. The interior is really well put together as well.
Bro, I'm telling you, 6 sound system.
Feels good putting up the window manually up and down, you know?
How do I get out?
Is that the door handle?
Yeah.
Brother? Beautiful.
Bro, I spent $4,000 on that car.
Yeah.
Granted, it's in the shop every month, so I usually get to drive it once, and there's some issue, then it has to go back.
See, now what I say was with having a car collection like this, people think it's as simple as just going to the dealership, buying a car, and that's it. The responsibilities start from that point onwards. You've got insurances to pay for, you've got maintenance to pay for, storage to pay for, and there's so many other things. And we live in a very harsh environment, being in the UAE, especially at this time of the year. Around July, August, September, cars get absolutely destroyed, so they need to be cared for. But what people sometimes fail to understand is that yes, acquiring a car collection like this, it takes some doing, and you have to be very successful to be in this position. But let's not forget the insurances. To insure this fleet of cars, it must cost you quite a bit, no?
Yeah, pretty penny.
Yeah, but you got to do it.
And obviously, very big shout out as well. We're very fortunate. Johnson, who's our driver, works fucking tirelessly. Because obviously, I'm an idiot. I keep these at the house, which means dust. They're outside in the heat. So he makes sure that, the cars are all driven. Even when we're gone, obviously, I'm only here in Dubai half the year. So when I'm out Dubai, he makes sure the cars are driven every single day.
Well, you can always hit me up as well if you need help with that.
Yeah.
My guy. But another thing as well that I wanted to mention was having 10 cars clearly shows that you have a problem. You can refuse. You can say, no, I don't. I just do it for my friends or whatever. But really, you have a problem. And it's a good, healthy problem to have, right? What other cars can we expect in your collection, G?
Basically, we just bought a car, but it's not for me. Long story short, at one of the businesses, basically we have one of our companies called Monetize, where we bundle a bunch of different software companies that we have, and some companies that we license. And we ran this competition, who could make the most money on WAP, and we gave away a McLaren to the person that won. So in 2 months, we're handing over the keys to a new McLaren. So I guess that's the next car we bought.
Wow. Was just giving it away?
Yeah.
Somebody won a competition?
Yeah. So they placed number 1 on the leaderboard. They made the most with their digital products in 90 days.
Does the winner know who it is, yeah?
Yeah, because he won. Yeah.
Lucky you.
So he's gonna
playing competitions on what, eh?
Yeah. So that's that. So giving away a McLaren, which is sick. And then for me personally,
Lamborghini Revuelto?
I want to once the prices come down. That's it. No matter how much money you make, you have to still keep your feet on the ground. And you know what? Here's what it is. My car collection is impressive. Doesn't compare to my watch collection now. I'm coming up to 10 million spent on watches. But once again, a watch like this is 100. I paid 140 for it. I walk out the store, it's 350 pounds, by the way. So that's the other thing. With watches, I've bought hundreds of watches, but I've also made a couple million just from my watch collection, just from enjoying the hobby. With cars, it's not the same way.
No.
So I just view this all as sunk money, but I'll be honest, just for me personally, where I'm at right now with my career, I am loving my work so much, and I'm loving what we've been doing with the companies and the investment side of things. So cars are not really my priority, and also the things I buy cash. Obviously, I buy all my cars cash. So sometimes the idea of, for example, even a hypercar, putting $3-4 million into a hypercar, I'm I get that, but I'd much rather own X amount of stake in a business that is worth XYZ.
Yeah, man, first and foremost, thank you so much for showing around your car collection. Honestly, I look around quite a lot of car collections, and my favorite thing about it is that you can really see Iman's character, Iman's style, and his vibe through the specifications about.
I don't even have words, bruh. I have no words. Shout out to bro. I hope I'm allowed to actually drop this. I hope I don't get copyrighted or something. But bro, this was probably one of my favorite videos I've ever watched in my life. I'm not even trolling. This one of the best videos I've ever seen. Yeah, bro. I gotta do something, bro. I gotta get better at something. There's more I gotta be doing. Bro, I gotta work harder, bro. I'm not even joking. This might sound like a joke, but I have to work harder, bro.